first is oxytocin, of course. Oxytocin is synthesized. We use it in childbirth. It induces childbirth. And in studies where we wanted to work out the impact of oxytocin on social behavior in humans, in labs, we squirt it up people's noses. You can squirt it up people's noses and see what oxytocin and what it does, if you want to know, in most people, is it makes them more empathetic, it makes them more open to chatting to people, it makes them more sociable, it makes them more positive about the people around them from a social context. So brilliant. So one of the possibilities is you produce synthetic oxytocin and you sell it to people. And in fact, a few years ago, and I think they've taken it down now, there was a drug on Amazon and eBay called OxyLove. It's a little thing, like a pet, like an eye drop thing. What it would do, if you squirted it up your nose, is hopefully it would do what oxytocin does in the normal biological context. It would quieten your amygdala, it would make you more confident, it would make you feel more open to starting relationships, you'd be better at chatting to people. So it's kind of like, the couple of glasses of wine before you go out, it makes you feel a little bit more confident. It would be a little bit like that. And that's one of the things they're looking into. The issue with it is that you cannot guarantee the outcome of using it. So what has been found is in the vast majority of people, it does what it should. But there is a significant minority of people where it does exactly the opposite. And it actually increases basically what we call ethnocentrism, racism, bigotry. Because what happens is they become more tightly bonded to people they think are in their in-group. But if they perceive you to be in their out-group, they become more racist. So it makes you identify more with what you perceive to be your in-group. Now, until you can iron that out, that is not a drug you can release onto the market, because that is not something you want to happen. Investigations seem to have shown that it's something to do with genetics, that some people's oxytocin receptor gene is slightly different, and it's those people who will get the ethnocentrism result rather than the socially confident result. So that's the problem, and you can't go any further with oxytocin until you iron out that particular problem.